The Giants have announced their initial 53-man roster. Joined by Paul Dottino, I am John Schmeelk. We heard from Giants head coach Joe Judge today, and he talked about the difficulty of the day in saying goodbye to so many players that have been with the team throughout the summer.
Obviously, today's a significant day in the calendar year of the NFL. To be in compliance with the NFL's mandates, we've reduced our roster to 53 at this time. Look, this is not an easy day for any coach or player in the building. There's a lot of guys that sacrifice a lot for you, that put a lot into it for you. You walk in there and look at empty chairs. That's not easy for any coach or player. I think it's natural to come into work today with a little bit of a deflated mood. It's our job and responsibility to get back up and get on the field and prepare going forward today.
And Paul, one interesting position to keep an eye on is that wide receiver spot. They keep 7, John Ross, C.J. Board, and Dante Pettis all in the final 53.
John, there are two things to keep in mind here. First of all, Kadarius Toney and Kenny Golladay missed a lot of training camp because of injuries, so you can understand why the Giants would want more depth in that room. But the other thing you have to consider is special teams. All three of the guys on the back of the wide receiver depth chart play special teams, specifically C.J. Board, who's on all the coverage units as well as punt return and kickoff return.
John Ross dealing with an injury as well at that position, and much the same at tight end. Evan Ingram had to leave that final preseason game with a calf injury. Kyle Rudolph just coming off PUP recently. They only keep one other tight end in Caden Smith, but they do keep 2 fullbacks, Eli Penny and Cohen Gillespie, an interesting balance of those two groups.
Quite often, people will look at the tight end fullback mix together when they add up their roster spots. So when you look at Gillespie as the second fullback joining Eli Penny, John, you have to consider the fact that he is a very big factor on special teams.
And so is Penny, both of them core special teamers. Let's go to the offensive line. The Giants round out an 8-man group with 2 trades the last couple of days. Billy Price coming over from the Bengals and Ben Bredesen coming over from Baltimore.
Joe Judge says that both of these guys, they're on the young side, although they are both veterans. They have significant upside, and they think that these guys will make the Giants' offensive line and their depth chart better. Remember, they've got 2 weeks now until opening day against the Denver Broncos to get these guys acclimated with their system.
There'll be depth inside at center and guard. And then, Paul, if you look at the defensive side of the ball, they keep 3 young defensive backs. Josh Jackson, who they acquired via trade this offseason. Sam Beal, a former third-round supplemental pick. Also, Keon Crossan, somebody they acquired this offseason, also making the 53.
Another common theme, folks. Think about special teams once again. Joe Judge always emphasizing special teams. And when you think about it, it's 1/3 of the game, but it's the one part of the game that can actually help you both offensively and defensively at the same time. So if you can dominate special teams, you really do help the overall scope of what you're trying to do on game day.
Late draft picks were Darius Williams and Gary Brightwell, a running back, by the way, also on the roster and over the summer. Also important to know, with the extra week between the final preseason game and the season opener, there could be a lot more roster action here with the waiver process and perhaps the team bringing some new players in the next couple of days. For Paul Dottino, I'm John Schmeelk. We'll see you next time.